Welcome back to Ultra Addiction. I'm Chris. Today we're just going to talk about cold weather running. A few gear ideas, some things that I do to help me through in the cold. First, we all know if you're in a cold climate, layer properly. A couple pairs of socks. I still wear compression socks with a normal pair over top. Sometimes I have to put a second booty style on just to add an extra layer. I wear running tights, sometimes a normal pair with an insulated pair over top with a pair of shorts over. I do tend to underdress some of my legs when I'm going, but I never underdress my upper body. I dress in layers, some kind of sweat wicking on the bottom, get into lighter layers with some kind of a wind-breaking shell that is breathable, or at least has vents. I have a black diamond jacket that I love. Everybody has something like that, and if you don't, take a look at last year's sales. You can always get something half price. Today, though, we're going to talk a little bit more towards the footwear choices. Again, what I do, and we're going to get into a little bit of headwear as well. First, I like to use my trail shoes in the snow and the cold. Ultra I like for my nice, very, very easy run. It is just good to me. Because of the wide toe box, I can get an extra pair of socks in, tons of traction. They're breathable, but again, extra pair of socks, you don't have a problem with that. I like those for my easy, slow stuff in the winter. Tons of traction, you're good with everything. Some people don't like a flat shoe. I don't run too much in flat, but in the wintertime with that, I will. Second, on a cold, wet day, well, I should say cold or wet day. If it's a little warmer and it's getting slushy out, or if it's really cold, I've gone into using a Nike Wild Horse. That was the Ultra Lone Peak, by the way. This is the Wild Horse. I've had this shoe a couple years. I generally keep it on muddy trail, rocky trail, or in the snow and slush. Because of the Gore-Tex, it saves you from getting wet. Although it does have siping in the bottom, tough to see those little holes. Water does squish out those holes as you strike the ground, and it cleans up, along with all the tread and everything, all your cleats, so to speak. They help you through a lot of that they clean out very easy. That's just, again, what I do. There's lots of different trail shoes out there. There's brands that make shoes for snow and everything. For me, I like to use my trail for the snow and just cycle through in the winter time. That's just what I do. I enjoy it. It works for me. And last, this is a pretty new shoe to me. I've only had it out for a few, but it is last year's model from Adidas that I got on a steal of a deal. I paid less than $100 for a $200 shoe. The tread, everything. It has a lot of energy return. I use that in the snow, but also on those days you want to pick it up a little bit where the traction is a little bit better. There's some snow cover, maybe a little bit of slush, stuff like that. It works for me. Again, I suggest you're going to need more than one pair of shoes for the winter because they're going to take a day or two to dry. Not to mention, as we've all seen in a previous video, stack heights and how the foams need time to rebound. This definitely has more foam than the other two. In fact, there is, let me go this way. There's nothing. There's a zero drop. We're talking a very little cushion to there's a little bit more cushion, but it doesn't take as long because it's a harder. And then there's a lot more cushion. You just need multiples so they have time to dry. Again, my personal take on it, I don't see the point most of the time unless you're in a very long race of buying a winter style shoe that can't be used any other time of the year. I do like being able to use a trail shoe in the winter, just like I like to be able to use a aggressive road shoe on a hard pack trail. I like crossover. Multi-use is the way to go for me. So that being said, that's just a few examples. There's lots of trail shoes. Find what works for you. See if it works in the winter. I unfortunately don't have $1 million to go start buying and testing every trail shoe out there. If there is some shoe out there that you find works really well, drop a comment below, tag me in it, let me know, and we'll go from there. Next, I want to just talk briefly about headwear. Again, everybody's got something a little different. I shave my head so I don't have any hair, so I don't have hair sopping up any sweat. I therefore have to add other layers. I tend to wear Under Armour skull caps almost all the time. You'll see me wear them in my videos. You'll see me out running in summertime. I keep them in winter as well. I put them underneath, and generally on a nice day, I will have a skull cap, and then I have one of these great little, it's from Mizuno, Mizuno Performance, a little beanie cap. It's toque. I've run in it into the -20s with just the skull cap under. I stop every so often, depending on my route and how long I'm going. If it's a long run, 20 plus, I generally plan that route to have one stop where I will change my skull cap out from underneath just to get something dry there. If it is a colder day, I will 3-cap it. I will skull cap, I will put this over, and then, again, you can buy your own toque wherever you go. I'm not ashamed to admit, my mom makes my toques for me, makes all my toques. I've probably got 20, 30 of these in different colors, different schemes, different everything, different patterns. I love them. I like to put them on over top after. And again, on those long cold runs, when I stop, I will change my outer toque because the sweat wicking, it will continue to take it and everything, but acts as a layer of insulation. And I will change the skull cap all at the same time. Everybody, again, a little bit different. You'll find what works for you. These are just merely suggestions of what I do and how I've learned to adapt. If there are other great wintered running toques, you let me know. I've tried from Lululemon that they're okay. New Balance. If there is a specific toque that you guys have found that you just love and you can't go through winter without, drop a comment below. Let me know. So it's something I can try, and maybe next year I can give us some kind of a rundown on what's good and what's useful and maybe what to stay away from. Also, having said that, if there's something that you tried and it just doesn't work, drop that below too. Let me know. Let's share. Let's share our information. Let's share our experiences. We don't all have to go spend $30 to $50 a toque on something that doesn't work. All we have to do is share. And that's just the story of today, is just sharing information. So all I can say is if ever in need, you just go for a run and you'll find your answers.